So tell me about this app. Yes. I know you launched it because people were requesting something like it. How have you looked to differentiate it between what's out there at the moment? Later, plannable. Buffer's the old one that everyone refers to, but I find it's not that great.
Look, I started the Simply Social app. The idea came to me, it was the week of the Grand Prix.
That's right.
And we had events set up there. The Friday morning it got cancelled, and we were hearing everything that was coming from overseas, and the way the world was going wasn't looking good. So that next week I was kind of like, what else can I do? Like, my whole year had just been wiped, pretty much. I could foresee that's not going to happen this year.
Right, okay.
So everything had kind of gone. And a lot of small businesses come to me, but they do not have the budget to work with us, and they ultimately want to run their own social media accounts. And I always get asked, what planner do you use? Where can I learn about social media? Hey, can I just have some advice? Hey, can I just pick your brain? Yeah. And it's like, God, how many times can someone say, can I just pick your brain, or invite you out to coffee, and you're not charging for these services? And a lot of those people who've done that have gone and started their own social media agencies. So now I'm like, nah. Okay, so anyway, why I started the app was I wanted some place that was all in one for a small business to go to, everything they needed. So they've got their planner, their analytics, which are easy to understand in a 7-day or 30-day system. There is a memo section in there, which has been set up like a traffic light system, green for go, amber for in progress, red for not done. Like things that you need when you are in social media for your business. And often I'd have all these great ideas. I'd write them on a piece of paper in my notes, and I'd never get to them because I didn't know where they were. So that's why I put that in there. The planner on there, you can plan and schedule your reels and your video content along with your imagery on there. There's also an educational section. So we've recorded lots of videos where I go through basic things like how to update your Instagram bio, how to start a strategy for yourself, what hashtags to be using, how to do your first Instagram live. Things like that people want to be able to do, they're just not too sure how to do them. And often there are questions that are already coming to my phone.
Yeah, and they don't have the budget to specifically work with you on.
Yeah, they don't. They're keen and they want to learn. I ultimately want to help people grow on social media. I want them to succeed on social. And so we also have a 24/7 chat section on there where you can actually chat to our team 24/7. If you've got a question, you can ask us through there, because these questions and messages were coming to me already, and I was already sending out that info, but now it's all through the Simply Social app, so they can get a more detailed answer.
Yeah, so for you from a business perspective, it makes a lot of sense because you're now capturing the value of what you're already doing for free.
But also with the planner section, right, I've used every planner under the sun.
Yeah.
I've tried all of them. They all crash on me.
Yeah.
They all look
They all have bugs.
They look like shit.
Yeah.
They don't look sleek or clean or exciting. Like I wanted, like when you jump onto the Simply Social app, I wanted you to feel inspired and I wanted you to come back to this app and be excited to create and schedule and load your content and write your captions. And another thing too was with the Simply Social app, when you plan your posts, it actually syncs with your iPhone calendar or Android calendar, because often like you'll get a notification and you'll just forget to post that. But if you're a little bit like me and you like your day scheduled out, like I can look at my calendar and I can be like, okay, I've got to post at 11, post at 12, post at 8. Like I can see what's happening, and that way I'm not double booking myself, or people who use it are not double booking themselves. They're focusing on that.
Yeah, so this is an interesting thing. So in a way, being in agency land, you're creating a product that you would use yourself, so you're your own first customer.
Yeah, I was literally, I've made this
specifically for
and
you.
I got lots of different small businesses to trial it as well before it actually went live onto the App Store and to the Google Play Store, to see how it like my grandma tried it. Like it is so simple to use. You cannot mess this up.
Some would say it's simply social.
Yeah, it's simply social. That's what it is. But it's very user friendly, and I think social is so complicated if you don't take the time to understand it first. So why make something complicated? It has to be super simple, and especially if you're a new business starting, you don't have the budget for a social media agency straight away.
Yeah.
Like, let's face it, or if you do, you only have it for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I agree. I think the space is super competitive, but also there's a bunch of shit. Like we still, if I look at the creative department section of our monthly budget, we have 3 different types of planners for different platforms.
And you've got to go in and out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like how many times are you going in and out?
But they all have their own bugs that are constant issues. And then there's even, I don't think there's even is there a planner yet for TikTok? I don't think there is.
No. There you go.
So yeah, it's an issue still to this day, and I'm still surprised by it. And maybe that's because these businesses are not building it for agencies. Maybe they're building it for a certain other type of person.
I don't think a lot of people have used the apps that they make.
No.
Like I use this app every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
We've had, again, like with the bugs, we've had repeated issues with apps that you pay a decent amount per month, and I just don't, it is sort of perplexing to me that, I've been told repeatedly by Lauren and our social media manager, maybe we should just do it manually.
Yeah, I do.
It would save the money.
Yeah, I literally did most of mine manually prior because what would happen was
it creates more issues.
Or they get a bug and they lose all that data.
Yeah.
And a massive data stats love it. Yeah. And I literally just got fed up with like these programs crashing, or like you go to, your post would be planned, you go to like paste it into like Instagram and it would just not be there.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I need to fix this. So I literally like went down to Officeworks, got a whiteboard, and I planned out this app. And I was like, if I was a small business, which I am a small business, what would I need in terms of social media to help me grow and build my brand?
Yeah.
And I just put it all in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's also a podcast section in there too, so you can listen to entrepreneurs like Effie Cats.
Yeah,
and
I thought that was smart. I was like, I can't find her podcast online except on the website, and then I'm like, she's wound it into the app.
Yes.
That's a smart move.
Yeah, I took it all off Spotify and the Apple Podcasts because
a lot of people have done that. Like I don't know if you know Sam Harris. Like I'm a big Sam Harris fan, and he created a meditation app.
Right.
And if you were a subscriber of the app, you got the podcast exclusively in there, plus bonus stuff, plus before everyone else, and he would publish the rest on your Apple stuff, but he actually doesn't publish it on Spotify.
Yeah.
I find it really interesting because Spotify really fucks creators in a way. Like if you're publishing free stuff, that is, not if you're streaming music. So yeah, I thought it was a smart move by you to do that.
Yeah, because you can also play it while you're planning.
Exactly.
It won't go away.
So when you're thinking about social, I think one of the funniest things you get asked, everyone gets asked a repeat question, right?
Okay.
It's like always the case in anyone who does PR regularly or they're in a certain industry, and yours is always people are always asking you, what's new in social? And I'm curious, though, on the flip side, what isn't new? Like, what's the thing that people are constantly overlooking that never changes in social?
It's the basics.
Yeah.
It's the basic stuff like engagement. It's not hard to engage online every single day to grow and be relevant in your algorithm. So saving, liking, commenting, replying back quicker. The quicker you reply back, the higher your engagement boosts.
Yeah.
And I'm blown away by the amount of brands that I message from my account that don't even respond or respond like 2 days after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 days after messaging them.
Yeah, it's just not good enough now to have a brand on social that doesn't respond quick enough.
Yeah, I find that really interesting.
Like, you have a customer
Yeah.
that is, and maybe it goes back to the flower industry, but if you've got someone there who wants to buy or who has shown interest in your brand, that is an opportunity that you need to, maybe it's real estate, that you need to seal the deal before they go somewhere else.
It's always alarm bells when you get an account and you've got access to their profiles and all of a sudden there's issues related, like they've got like 20 unread messages or something like that.
Yeah. Well, and customers are really quick now.
Yeah.
So they can leave a review on Facebook really quickly, or they can email your customer service, or they could go anywhere. They could go Google review. So you have to really nurture them.
It's funny you mention that because I found that with the talent that we bring on board, they always give us access to their social stuff. And when we're looking at the deal side of things, they're telling us every week, I want you to go through our social inbox and scope for deals. Like, because a lot of people will request a message them. If they've got 1 million followers, it's very hard to keep up with that as one person.
Yeah.
So if they're saying that, then I think that's an indicator for brands that you should be considering that. So when you go to someone, because we've had this recently, we'll say, okay, we've got the copywriting element, the design asset, or like designing and asset sourcing, copywriting, community engagement is like another component of that social bracket.
Yeah.
How do you convince them that they should be spending more of the percentage of dollars they're spending on the community element than they are on, say, copywriting or asset design, etc., if they can afford it?
So you spend more on community management?
Yeah, because oftentimes, like, we had this recently with a client and we told them about it and they're like, nah, it's all right, we don't need it. And I just think, like...
Don't need community management?
Yeah, like, if you gave our social manager an hour or two a week just to delve deep into that little ecosystem...
It's like putting a plant in a pot without soil.
Yeah. Or not, watering it. Yeah.
Like, that's what it's like.
Okay, that's a good analogy.
Or you're not feeding it like the manure or the
nutrients.
The nutrients it needs to grow. Because
it's like having a bonsai and not watering it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the analogy. But, like, yeah, they'd be a no from me. I'm like, because why, like, you are spending the time to create the content, the copy, you're posting on there.
People aren't just going to come in on their own free will.
No.
You've got to have very, very engaging. Like, you've got to be a person.
Yeah, you've got to be on social.
Yeah.
You've got to be social on social.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, people do. That's funny.
They forget the social element of social media.
Yeah. It's like rocking up to a party and sort of, I don't know, just standing there.
Yeah.
And just
not talking to anyone.
Like, just holding your phone or just scrolling on something and, like, imagining people will just come up to you and start. Yeah, that's... I've always found that odd, but people still push back on it, which I always find interesting.